So I tend to get asked this question a lot. And the question is, what's the average ratio of cold calls to paid speaking gigs? Or like, what's the average ratio of emails to paid speaking gigs? So how many people do you have to contact before you get a gig? And a lot of people ask this question. I used to ask the same question a while ago. I used to say like, well, how many people do you contact before you'll get the gig? The problem is that this is an impossible question for anybody to answer. It's literally like someone saying, how many times do I have to shoot a gun before I hit a bullseye? Or if you're playing basketball, you're like, how many times do I have to shoot the ball before I make 5 in a row? It's an impossible question. You see, a sharpshooter has to shoot a gun 1 time before he hits a bullseye. Michael Jordan has to, before he hits 5 shots in a row, he only has to shoot 5 shots. And so it's an impossible question to say, how many people do I need to contact before I get a paid gig? Because it all depends. There is no number. It just depends. It depends on your website. Do you have video footage? Do you have testimonials? If you have a website, does it look good from the start? So it depends on a lot of different things. If Tony Robbins were to call somebody up right now and he were to say, hey, I'm Tony Robbins, you better bring me into your event or else. They're going to say, yes, we'll bring you in. But if most people contact an event, they say like, hey, I'm John Doe, you better bring me into your event. They're going to say, what? Who are you? Don't you dare talk to me like that. And so it really just depends. Everything depends. What you want to do instead is you want to focus on improving your image, focus on improving your marketing, your website, your videos and your testimonials. That's what you should be focusing on. So it's a really bad question to say, how many people should I contact? But this is one of the reasons why so many people tend to quit, because they don't realize that in the beginning, you got to contact way more people than normal. So if your website isn't good, if you don't have the photos, if you don't have the video footage, the testimonials, if you don't have that stuff, you're going to be contacting people for like a month and everybody's going to say no. You won't even get a slight bit of interest from the very get-go. And this is why so many people quit, because in the beginning, it is so freaking hard because you don't have any of that stuff. And by the way, if you want that stuff, if you want me to help you with all that to get it real quick, join the Speak Pro Academy. I literally have a whole website built out for you. I've got pictures you can use on your website. I'm talking about pictures with big crowds that you can use. I show you how to actually get video footage and the testimonials that you can use for your website. That way you don't have to wait forever to finally get them. I show you how to get all that stuff inside the Speak Pro Academy. So if you're not a member of the Speak Pro Academy, I mean, I don't know what you're doing. It's going to take you forever to get all this stuff if you don't have it. But it really comes down to, it's not a matter of what's the average ratio of calls or emails to getting the gig, because there is no average. In the beginning, your average is like, let's say, 5,000 before you get someone who's slightly interested. But as you get more video footage and more testimonials, you only need to send like 50 or 100, or it really depends on your image and who you're contacting. Because right now I only need to contact a few people before I get a gig. When I started, man, I don't even know how many people I freaking contacted when I started. I was literally sitting there all day, every day. I'm just like, That's how it was all day, every day. But don't think in terms of what's the average. Just think in terms of just improving your image. And from there, your average will start to go from 1,000 to 100 to 50 to 1. And you can just be like Tony Robbins, like, hey, son. So, hey, guys, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, share it. And if you have any questions, send me an email to info@speakandlifestyle.com.